you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How was your week?
Week wasn't too bad. It was actually a light week this week. Outside of the craziness, the topic of the week, everybody talking about.
Oh man,
been in plenty of conversations about that. But my week was good, man. Not too shabby. Very, productive at work, and me and my girl started the whole. We're starting the prep your meals. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like, yeah, try to prep the
Bad
meals.
bitch summer.
Yeah, I can't. You can't be the only one out here being bad bitch summer.
Bad bitch summer.
Yeah, I have to join you. You know what I'm saying? I have to join you. I'm ready to twerk this iron. Once I get it right. But we starting that. So I've been getting in my sugars and calories and all that stuff in the last couple of days. I ain't gonna lie. It's like powdered donuts. I ain't had this since '97. Grabbing the powdered donuts. Ate like 2 of those. And I know why I don't eat those things. But yeah, just taking it easy, man.
What's in the meal plan?
Haven't decided just yet, but there's gonna be some chicken, some type of grain. I'm gonna stay away from the rice. I'm gonna try to do quinoa. You know what I mean? Be a little fancy with the quinoa.
Okay.
If I do rice, be brown rice. Even though I don't think there's much difference, to be honest. The science on that is so confusing. See, it's like white rice is good some days, and some days it's brown rice.
Man, it's like all that really matters is if all you put in the work in.
Yes.
It's a grain. You need a grain, eat a grain.
Yes. I can tell you what I'm not going to be doing. That's probably easier. Like, no more bread. I got to stay away from the bread and the tortillas. Anything that's has dough in it, except for money. Anything that has dough in it, I got to stay away from that.
That part.
So, yeah, that's what I'm not going to be doing that. Or, the late night snacking. You know what I mean? It's hard to, especially if you, around the 8 o'clock mark, 9 o'clock mark, you go like, let me go hit a bowl real quick. Or the next thing you know, you like, what's in the kitchen? You eat that, you're like, 7-Eleven's down the street. I got DoorDash on my phone. Like, you know what I mean? And
it's too much access.
Yeah. And then you're buried in fucking sugar and calories. So I will be Xing out some things. You know what I'm saying? I got 100's almost here. Episode 100 is almost here. And Derbs keeps looking at me every day. When I first see Derbs, he looks straight to my stomach.
That same face. If y'all can see the face that Derbs is making, it's the same face every time.
When I walk in, he goes like, what's up? It looks right at my stomach. He's like, I see in his head, he's like, I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make it. So I gotta prove Derbs wrong. I gotta prove myself that I can get it done. So yeah.
And you can, because honestly, dude, once you cut the sugars
and bread is sugar.
And the bread and the sugar, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That in itself, it don't just drop the weight. It's gonna like you would think your skin is clear until you stop eating sugar and then it gets lighter and you're like, oh yeah. My shit was fucked up.
And that's what I hear that's what I keep hearing from a lot of people. So I'm ready for that. That euphoric moment where I'm just wake up and I'm like, I'm not bogged down by the sugar and the calories and all that bullshit.
There really is, I don't know the science or the religion to that, but there is, putting sugar in you does create negative effect. It makes your body hurt. Right. It makes he got the ultimate sugar.
It's the last day. Look, it's the last ultimate
day. After this.
It is the last day. It is the last day. I don't know how I'm making this drive to work with no sugar, but I'm gonna do it.
Yo, how are you gonna do no bread?
No bread is actually easy.
Yeah, I've done it for a few months before.
The only meal I ate yesterday was like the little Parmesan bites from Domino's. And
because Derbs, you have no soul.
that is why. That is exactly why. There's gonna be a lot of just like
who's eating those? Why?
It's gonna be a lot of meal prepping. It's gonna be a lot of meal prepping. That's how you avoid eating the bread. Because if you go to any fast food place, they all have bread incorporated. Yeah. It's like not a fast food place you can go to
because it's
bread.
A cheat.
It's cheap. It's filling.
It's filling. That's how they filling you up with the bread.
Yeah,
it tastes amazing.
It does. It does.
Carbs.
There's also but look, you're not there yet. But when you get there, you're gonna be like, man, I need to cut this out.
That part.
You should be there now. But
when he starts losing that hair, he's gonna start thinking about life a little different.
He's gonna be like, whoa, what's going on? I need to change vitamins?
Something's going on.
I'm gonna need a vitamin?
Right? How do I get alopecia? I'm also Derma Rolling too, by the way. Just FYI, Derma Rolling. I just started doing that by myself, or my girl bought me. I need to stop saying that.
Is that yoga oil she was talking about?
No, a Derma Roll is it's a roll for your face. It has like these little microscopic needles on it. You can get them in different sizes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you run it across your face. It's supposed to bring the beard in. You know what I mean? But it's also good to like make your skin healthy.
I think it opens up the pores.
It opens up the pore because you're basically scraping your face.
Yeah.
And then you're with little micro needles. And then your face starts to heal itself. Okay. And healing itself is opening up the pores, is opening up the folic areas for your hair. It's opened up a lot of different things. So I'm trying it. I seen it on YouTube. There's a couple people who's tried it. You know, you can never know what you believe in, but I'm gonna try.
No, because that's part of the facial. Like
that's part of when you go get a facial.
When you get a facial, well, not that specific tool.
Okay.
But when you get a facial, like after you exfoliate and whatnot, like
they hit you with the roller.
Yeah, y'all could look at me, nigga. I facial.
No, Derb's had a whole different mind on his thing on his mind when he's talking about facial.
They can't. Oh, this fuck.
Yeah, look at it. You see where Derb's whole brain is in the gutter.
Dirty boy.
The gutter.
Dirty boy. Bukkake all over him. Nah, but like you're supposed to like after you exfoliate and like mask, you're supposed to like prick the skin, get the dirt off.
Okay. I've had one facial before, and I think I might have remembered them rolling some shit over my face.
Like they prick you a little bit.
Yeah. Derbs, this is the mature podcast, sir.
I know what Derbs Google.
Yeah. Look at his Google history. You're laughing like I was laughing when, I don't know if you saw Deanna Taurasi. It's just real quick. I don't know if you saw what she said. She was she was commentating on a women's basketball game. And it was her and two other women commentators who used to play basketball, I believe. But they're just watching the game, and the team's name was Hancocks or Peacocks. It was something with Cox in it, right? So then Deanna Taurasi goes, the cocks are very long, talking about their length as basketball players. She said it, and then you could tell one of them grabbed their drink and was like. So I was laughing just like you were laughing, like, you know, innocent little.
My mind is young.
Yeah, your mind is corrupted, sir. Your mind is fully corrupted. All right, so let's get into it.
What we got in the news today, my G?
Well, do you want to start off with the topic of the year, or do you want to build our way to that?
It kind of just took over, right?
Yeah.
It was this hard to escape.
And we don't have to talk about it so much because every take has been out there.
Yeah,
everybody's heard damn near every take on this situation. But we're talking about the slap that has been heard around the century. To the slap that was heard around the world. It's the slap of the century. That's what I meant to say. But so that shit happened when we were recording last week.
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as we turned the microphones off, Jam Cam goes, "Hey, y'all hear Will Smith got?" First of all, did we hear? No, we didn't hear Jam Cam. we were on the mic. So I wanted to laugh when he said that. He's like, "Y'all hear Will Smith got slapped?" Like, nah. When did he get slapped? Just now. What? Then we all go to our phone, and then his brain started going on overload. It was like, we got to record. We got to do a reaction right now. But JMK was already transferring files.
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
Yeah.
So then it was like that. So then we never got to really give our reaction until a week later, which is, I'm actually happy because I felt like I have a different perspective on it than I would have in the moment.
That part.
So I'm kind of happy I didn't react literally right when it happened because I would have been a bunch of just, God damn! I got shit slapped out of him. It would have been a bunch of that.
That part. It was interesting to see it unfold and see how no women stood with Jada.
Yeah.
Like, see, because...
Well, most women I saw were standing with Will.
Right. But see, you removing the insult that happened to Jada.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
She got offended as well. She was hurt. The whole thing was on her too.
It's everybody's choice to be offended.
Yeah, but
no, I'm not. I don't choose to be offended by the word nigga because of the history of this world. If a white person says that part, I'll be offended just off of it's a precedent there. You know what I'm saying?
And you're trying to like Like, I don't know. Like, when people say it to you, it's like they're trying to offend you. It's like, why are you trying to offend me?
That part. Oh, I agree.
Right. But that was like, say you just got a new scar on your head, and then
Yeah, but I mean, look at the Instagram post Earl posted. Like, she said that she isn't bothered by being bald.
man, yeah, she was on camera when she said that shit. I'm pretty sure she had to sell it.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the inner feelings of someone.
Oh, okay. Because this topic is a lot. There's a lot to unpack with this topic. Okay, so I'm gonna throw you a couple bullet points. I just want your theory, and then I'll come back with mine, and then maybe we can from there we'd be able to kind of like briefly just say some words on it and move on. All right?
Yeah.
In your theory, why did the smack happen? Why did Will Smith smack Chris Rock?
In my theory, man, there's a lot going on over there.
There's a lot going on over there.
That's my theory. There's a lot going on.
You're talking about in the Smiths.
In the Smiths.
But let's just break down the act of Will smacking Chris Rock. Is it because of the joke? Is it because there's a lot of pent up frustration?
I think it's pent up frustration plus breaking point.
Okay. I can ride with that.
Like that's my thing. Like everyone says it was like it was an act or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was like, nah, if you look at the man's eyes when he says, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
No,
he got the crazy in
There was daggers in those eyes.
Yeah, he got the crazy.
And the lip was quivering. Like, Will Smith's a great actor. He could turn the tears on at any point in time.
Yeah, but that one,
there's a different level to that where that was not acting. That was real life emotion in the moment.
Yeah. And I think like it would be cool to spin it like it was like a planned type of act, but by the way he's losing endorsements and Netflix canceling his movies, Apple doesn't really want to go forward with projects he's got. That tells me that was some real deal. Yeah. In the moment, everybody that was in the room know that was no stunt.
Yeah. I personally didn't understand anybody saying it was fake. After I can understand seeing when you first see it. If you're watching the Grammys or Oscars in real time, and you first see it happen, you're like, "Oh, that didn't really happen." But the next day, after footage has come out and Will's apologized and Chris Rock is silent and
there's real life consequences being out, he had to resign.
Like
who sabotages their career?
Who's like the idea of it being fake to me is just like people. That's the far left way of thinking, far left, far right, whatever you want to say. What left of thinking? Like you're choosing to follow whatever narrative you already believe about Hollywood, and you're not looking at it at the moment. Like nobody can give me a reasonable reason as to why they would fake it.
Because like
Will has no money in the Oscars.
No,
Chris has no money in the Oscars,
and Will lost money.
Yeah, he lost money.
He lost probably like they're dropping projects which probably would have been about some hundreds of millions.
Yeah,
he's the $1 billion man. Yeah, he's blockbuster Will.
And for somebody who we believe to care so much about his image, he's tarnished his image.
That part.
And right now, he can build it back up. But as of right now, he's tarnished his image, and he's also tarnished his reputation with his own peers. You know what I mean? So I don't see any type of advantage in faking it outside of you didn't give a fuck about your career. But it wouldn't be because you faked it.
I don't think I think there's some real stuff going on. He might have some breaking points. He did say earlier in the year he's been battling with depression.
Yes.
Like there was a thing he did and it was just on his face. You could tell he wasn't having a good time. And he was there supposed to be promoting.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know. I guess it's probably because, we work behind the scenes. Like, we get that it's no real mysticism to Hollywood. Like, we understand some of these people suck.
Yeah.
Some of these people aren't mentally all there. And so, so for us, it's easier to see, but I can see on the outside in, after, not the common people, but people who view Hollywood as the grandeur of shit.
Yeah.
I can see how they could call it fake. My thing, like, it was that, and just seeing like a lot of other people's reactions and how they try to use it to promote their own shit.
Okay, we'll get into that 1 second.
There was a lot of that.
There was a lot of
White
that.
Back piggybacking.
So let me just give my theory. The smack that happened, the smack it happened because I agree with you. I think there was a lot of pent up frustration. I also don't think Will Smith likes Chris Rock. I don't think Jada likes Chris Rock. I don't think they like him at all. I think people point to the 2016 Oscars where Chris Rock went up there and kind of made fun of Jada for doing the Oscars so white and actually protesting the Oscars. So I don't think Will and Jada or the Smiths really rock with Rock, pun intended. I don't think they really care about him. So I think when in the moment, because Will laughed at the joke. But if people have read Will's book, which I have not, but I've heard excerpts of the book, Will has been battling with being a coward his entire life. He said that in his book. He's watched his dad beat on his mom all through growing up and didn't do anything about it, right? And so he feels like he's a coward. He also feels like he's been putting on an act his entire career. I think that's what I took away from it. I got to realize the Will Smith that I know of, probably not the Will Smith. He's been putting on an act for years.
Yeah.
Right? So I think in that moment when he was laughing, I think that he wasn't even really listening to the joke. I think that he laughed because other people were laughing around him. And then when he looked over and saw Jada and was like, hold on, what do you say?
Yeah.
Oh, he said something about my hair. Oh, this guy. And got up and snapped.
That part.
That's my opinion.
And
Chris Rock's react. Oh, go ahead.
No, if you look at it like that, then yeah, he probably saw it as like, oh, this is the moment I gotta defend my woman.
Yeah. Or just hopped up like, this nigga, I don't even like this dude. And he said something to him, and walked up there, and I don't even think he wanted to smack him in the moment, but he had to do something. That's how I feel.
That part.
Chris Rock's reaction.
Appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah. He did what he was supposed to do.
So if you were on that stage,
that's what
Tony Earl, the comedian, and you make the joke about G.I. Jane.
I've been hit on stage before.
Okay, so you've dealt with it.
I've been, and I acted exactly like Chris Rock.
That's par for the course.
It's just like, cause it's like,
go ahead and expound on that, please, because I think most of these people who are not even entertainers, who've never even touched the stage, are chiming in on the shit they would have done if they were in Chris Rock's position.
Yeah, yeah.
And that shit is annoying to me.
Everybody says, I would hit him back, right? All right. Why? First of all, like, fuck my situation. Just look at that situation. How many cameras are on you? How many is watching on the views?
Yeah.
Like, all right, so one man just tarnished his reputation. Why are you going to automatically throw yours away now, too? Because now you look like you can't handle, because it's about control. Like, at the end of the day, Will Smith lost control, so he lost his white card. And Chris Rock kept his control, so now he gets to charge $400 for his tour. It's about control.
Okay.
And the main thing about this industry is that everyone's like, how do all the perverts and everything get through? Because they keep control. Because at the end of the day, it's about working with someone. Now, why everything getting canceled with Will? Because no one want to work with him now. Because he might spaz off and slap you in the face.
I mean, look what's happened to Kanye. It's the same type of shit. You get taken off of the Grammys and
Kanye, Edward Norton, Christian Bale. Like, when you become when you present yourself in a manner that's like, oh, it's okay not to have your shit together, but it's like, oh.
Yeah. Same thing with Cat Williams.
You can't mask it. Exactly. Yeah. Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you can't wear your mask no more? You can't play no more.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, I always go back to this. It's a game.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's a game. Like,
that's a fact. And I wholeheartedly believe 99% of you niggas would have did the same shit Chris Rock did, but probably not even been able to compose yourself as well as he did. He was able to flip it and actually made a funny joke about it being the funniest moment.
Kept it professional.
Kept it moving, I think a lot of you guys probably would have either asked for him to leave, been, like Chris Rock handled it probably the best you could in that moment without lashing back in violence.
He processed it in 0.2 seconds. He was like, Will Smith just hit me. Wow.
He's right. In the moment he's processing like Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
And I didn't hit this nigga.
Right?
Like, all right.
Because he had his fist ball for a second and people zoom in on Chris Rock.
Yeah,
he had his fist ball. Like the Brooklyn was there.
Like, let me bring this back. Because them fighting on TV would have been the worst.
All right, celebrities' reaction.
Trash.
All the celebrities who've come out.
All of them. Trash.
Yeah, all of them trash. All the celebrities got something to say trash.
Yeah, I would think they should have weighed in on shit.
Okay,
cause all right, the one because they all weighed in to promote something. They
except for Stephen A. Smith, but he sounded off base to me too.
Stephen A. Smith, he just needs to get a hype reaction. The way that whole media unfolded and how it became like the national thing for like 4 days straight, it was always tagged with the underlining of something else. Amy Schumer came out. It was like, oh, this is despicable. You guys should buy my tickets and whatnot. But no, I'm just playing. But this is really, I'm offended by this violence.
Yeah.
You know, fucking.
Wanda Sykes said she deserves an apology.
For what?
I saw her. She said, oh, I was hosting, and yeah, he gave an apology to the Academy. And yeah, he eventually apologized to Chris Rock.
No.
But we were hosting. She was on Ellen DeGeneres' show. She's like, we were hosting, and she feels like she should have been, her and Amy Schumer and whoever else was hosting. Who else was hosting?
That was an emotional roller coaster that everyone needed to get on.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, right?
That's what it felt like. That's why they all trashed for that.
Even Ellen DeGeneres said she was traumatized by the situation.
Traumatized, bitch. And it just you from New Orleans. I know you've seen things.
Yeah.
On Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
In French Quarter.
All right, Grammys reaction. I think the Grammys are full of shit.
Oh, you mean the Oscars?
So the Grammys came out. Sorry, I keep saying Grammys because Grammys are today.
Grammys.
The Oscars reaction.
Yeah.
The Oscars, they came out and said they planned on escorting Will out, which I don't believe. They came out and said they went to Will and asked him to leave, and he denied it, which I really don't believe. I think that they didn't know how to handle the shit.
White people were white people in.
Okay.
Sorry, Derbs. For those who don't know,
Derbs like I know what goes on in this country. So you ain't got to tell me. No, yeah, I don't believe the Oscars acting as if they were going to remove Will Smith. I think they saw it happen just like we saw it happen. We were kind of shocked about it happening just like we were shocked. And Will was going to win an award that you can't take back.
And that's why they had to cover the logistics. Yeah. So it was like, do we kick him out? Or do we have a ranks 5?
That part. Okay. Will Smith resigning from the Academy.
Damage control. Like everything, that's just damage control. You know, you gotta bow out. You gotta lose stuff.
But do you think if he'd never resigned, he wouldn't have been invited back? I don't believe so. I think he would have been invited still. You think it's just purely for the optics? Damage control. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me resign so I show other people like, hey, I'm bowing out. Which I didn't even know that you can be a part of the Academy and that you can get resigned from it. Like all that shit was above my head when I saw that.
No,
I knew it was like a private club.
That's how you vote. Like you gotta be part of. I think you gotta be part of the Academy.
But they all vote too. Like Will votes and
they send out. So the way that it works is like if you're on the list, you get like a crate. Well, not like a crate of movies, but you'll get like movies sent to you periodically. You know, and then you view them. You know, and then you fill out like some shit, and then you vote. And so when every year, whoever's on the Academy, they'll get everything that's ever nominated for that. You get to go over it, and that's.
But do we really think Will saw every movie to be able to vote? That's what's so weird about that shit. You think Will has the time to?
That's when the game comes in.
Yeah,
play.
Exactly.
Now the movie's got to come with a little greaser. Yeah. All right. I ain't afraid to say this because I ain't saying nothing that ain't common knowledge. Denzel Washington spoke on greasing. Like, it is what it is. That's when for your consideration. And that's the politics of it. And that's what the parties leading up to it. Like it's like you got to campaign for it, but campaigning is just like how politicians win over lobbyists.
Yeah.
That's what they're for your consideration. Those banners, that shit ain't for us. It ain't for us. How? What we considering? You ever get to vote?
Not at all.
You ever get a ballot sent to you?
Not at all.
No, that's secret code. They talking to them niggas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last bullet point. Chris Rock's silence.
Again, professional. Oh, appropriate.
Do you feel like Chris Rock is going to sue Will Smith?
Nah.
Do you feel like Chris Rock is embarrassed by the situation?
Embarrassed, not like how everyone else thinks.
Like he got emasculated?
I don't think he feels he got emasculated. I think he thinks that's a funny ass word and a funny ass vision.
So you think it's all a joke? You think he's cultivating jokes right now?
He's cultivating jokes, but I don't think it's like emasculation. I think he's just like, dang, how did I push the homie to that point? To, you know, I think it's like a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because how you gonna emasculate a nigga that's been around the world 10 times and lived four lifetimes?
Worth half a billion dollars.
Come on. How you emasculate that? Off a slap? No. Chris Rock's stronger than that.
Yeah. And that's what I don't like too, man. Everybody's been saying like, oh, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock because he wouldn't smack anybody else. You guys are indirectly saying Chris Rock is weak as fuck.
Yeah,
it's saying that.
That's the thing. The narrative of it was emasculating in itself. It's like it was like the narrative and the media was trying to emasculate two strong black men.
Yeah.
I'm not even a hotep nigga, but
but sometimes you got to get the hotep in on certain things.
I had the hotep of stuff because what is this emasculation and Will has to run respect in the black community? Like what? He's fucking Fresh Prince. When does he have to win fucking respect in the black community?
Like he's got the ultimate respect.
What?
if anything, for somebody who's had such a perfect image for so long, I think a little crack in the pavement or a little sign of instability is not some type of world conversation on if Will is crazy and if Chris Rock was emasculated. Like I just think it was a tornado of just unfortunate things that is happening with Will on top of a bad joke.
Yeah.
On top of somebody
the joke was bad.
It was a bad joke.
It was a bad joke.
It was a bad joke. On top of, you know, probably my theory, Will don't like Chris Rock. So all that stuff
it could
cultivated just landed to somebody getting smacked in front of everybody. This is like the last time I saw everybody talking about something like this much.
Yeah.
Maybe the Game of Thrones last season.
That was trash too.
And 9/11. Like I can't think of like too many other things where
Red Table Talk. That was the last time they were talking like this.
What the last Red Table Talk with Will Smith?
Yep.
But even though this is way bigger than that. This is way bigger because there's a lot of old white people who did not care about the entanglement that felt like they were watching the Oscars and saw the show they like or the event they like get ruined. Like
what is like the target audience for the Oscars? Like it's not people my age, I can tell you that.
True. But we watch it for the messy shit. That's what we were watching it for. Like we weren't watching it until after the smack happened. You know, but like I did inform my dad on the table talk that happened with Will and Jada because he a 60-year-old black man. He ain't caring about none of that. And he was like, hold on, what? Will been cheating on, Jada was cheating on Will? I'm like, oh, okay, Dad, let me catch you up to speed. Like, this is what happened. He's like, oh, okay, all I saw was Will get up there and smack Chris Rock. I'm like, what happened?
I personally think it's like reached a larger audience because it was on national TV.
That's why, yeah, exactly. That's why it's a bigger moment, like, than the Red Table Talk. That was just on Facebook. And then it became memes. Like, this was on national television. Then it was on Facebook. And then it became memes. Like, huge subject. My last takeaway, then we can get off of this because I know it's old news, but there's a lot of layers to the situation. But last few takes on it, just like, okay, it showed me how much black women crave protection because you see a black man hop on stage and smack another black dude, and a lot of women, especially black women, coming out saying, "Go ahead, Will. Like, go ahead, Will." You protect your woman. This is what you're supposed to protect black women. You know what I mean? Which I understand the surface level meaning of that statement, like protect black women. But in that moment, you see a black man ruining his career. You know what I mean? And that shouldn't be I don't think that should be the thing you're championing. You know, that shouldn't be the example of a black man protecting his black woman is that. That shouldn't be the example of that. There's a plenty of other examples that you can probably look up or find where there's a lot of black men who protect black women or a lot of men who protect their wives.
Yeah.
But this shouldn't be the thing we put on the mantle to say You want to be protected like Will Smith protects Jada. Because at the end of the day, if you're not Will Smith, your career is good. If you smack your boss at the bank, you lose your career. You become somebody who's unhireable and untrustworthy. And Will Smith has banked up so much cachet in the black community and in Hollywood that he's able to go up on stage and smack the hell out of another prominent person and still not lose his career. He's not gonna lose his career. But I just don't think this is something that us as people, specifically black people, specifically black women, shouldn't be championing this as an example of protecting your woman.
I think it's more of an indicator of what's going on in black women's dating lives.
Expound.
You know what I mean?
Expound.
I think it's more so that, because, yeah, man, I don't think any woman's gonna want her man to risk the money making. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But what they saw was wow, and they're dating say just black women or women in the dating pool, they probably don't feel like there's enough men out there that they're coming across that even doing anything, let alone
to risk it all.
Let alone risk it all. They're doing anything for them. So for them to see it on the grandest of stage, that's probably was a symbolism. Damn, there's a dude out there that Jada got real ones.
Yeah,
he go out there hard. Meanwhile, I got this guy.
I asked him to stand up for me at the grocery store.
I asked him to support me, won't support me. Asked him to stand up for me, won't stand up for me. and then you gotta also see what the attraction, because that's how I'm starting to see the whole attraction to the whole red table talk, and things like Lemonade, or when other women are just being open about their experiences because other women are connecting to those experiences. So it's so red table talk, she talking about, when the whole, what's it called again?
Entanglement
happened. There's probably women who can relate that probably has certain entanglements, but also either destroy the relationship or make the relationship better.
Can I just say that's just the nice way of saying that they don't care about the person that they're with?
Entanglement?
Yes. It's just a nicer way of saying I cheated on you. I got into an entanglement.
No, it's definitely a cheating. That's like me saying I eliminated on you.
but was it cheating? They both said that we didn't cheat on each other.
Yeah, and from their whole marriage, I can't even touch. Man, they're
crazy web.
Their thing,
crazy web
is their thing. But what I see, what I think the attraction is to the slap is the overall action, not exactly what he risked, but the action, because they probably don't. Niggas suck. Kind of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of niggas sucking out here, bro.
Yeah.
I hate it, but it is what it is.
I hate that statement.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is, bro.
No, the men suck.
Some nigga.
I mean, it's just
No, I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all women are good.
Yeah, don't say all. I've been in trouble for saying all.
I mean, it's just
it's okay, people suck, but in the demographic of what I'm speaking of, I'm going to have to use some breakage, some groupage.
Yeah.
Grouping isn't bad. It's part of statistics. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
All right. I have one final question for you guys.
Yeah.
Hit us with it.
Who do you guys think was in the wrong?
I think if we have a pie chart, for me personally, Will is 90% in the wrong, and Chris Rock has 10%. For just not, I guess, at least for me, I can't tell you. Chris Rock has a busy schedule. He's probably doing a bunch of shit. But if I was hosting the Grammys, I would do a lot more research on who's going to be sitting up there, what's going on with people, so my jokes are, a little bit more topical, and I try not to say something that could maybe offend somebody. But again, I'm not a comedian on that level, so.
Okay, so here's a question for you, Tony. As a comedian, are you gonna think about the jokes that you tell
I'm
more
still letting them fly
because of this situation, or
all right, so
how is this gonna affect your crowd work? Is my thing.
No, nigga, I'm not gonna be if I'm not the Oscars, them niggas gonna get it.
I personally believe is the only thing that's going to change for all comics. The only thing that's going to change is they will not say nothing about Will Smith's wife. Outside of that, I think the jokes are still going to fly because you cannot be a really great comedian and be be filtered like that.
Man, Tom Segura called her a bald-headed bitch the next day.
Man, you don't even want to go on 5150 show and see what Corey Holcomb called her.
Yeah,
called her a cankerous whore.
Like, see,
that hurt me when he said that.
That's like, it's crazy. Like, eesh. That's why the reactions. It's more about the reactions. It's not in the actions. Because I can understand the actions from all the parties in a way, but yeah, people are trashing these cats. Like that was wild.
But and also like because okay, this is just cut to your question, and I want to ask the comedian in the room because I heard a lot of people say, you know, Jada's going through a health issue, and you can't make fun of you shouldn't make fun of somebody going through a health issue like that, right? I've seen a lot of people say that, but I've seen a lot of comedians make fun of fat people, which is a health condition. Possibly don't know what they're going through. I've seen a lot of comedians make fun of balding men, and could possibly be alopecia, or it could just be the fact that, you know, going bald. You feel me? Like going bald. So I've seen a lot of comedians make fun of things. I've seen a comedian make fun of somebody with one arm. Medical condition that they probably have been depressed about at some point. You know what I mean? So I don't think the joke that Chris Rock said was bad. Wasn't a funny joke. It
wasn't funny.
But I think he has every right to make fun of somebody with no hair if he can make it funny. You know what I'm saying?
Was it a bad joke or was it just tasteless? Because I thought it was funny.
You thought it was funny?
You've seen G.I. Jane?
No, I have not.
Do you know what?
I know what G.I. Jane is.
Okay. Just had to ask. Yeah. It wasn't funny for somebody who's seen G.I. Jane. It was such a low hanging fruit. That's why I don't think somebody.
It was a stretch.
It was like a stretch. Like G.I. Jane.
It was a good '90s joke.
That part. That part. That part. Like
you really dug
G.I. Jane 2 coming soon, which will probably be fired. To be honest with you, Jada Pinkett Smith and G.I. Jane 2. Like, I'm just gonna say, like that would probably be fired. But there's no reason for number 2. But you're just basically making number 2 and putting a woman who's bald in that place. What is the number 2? What's the sequel about? War? What is it about? But I don't think it's I don't think it was bad to make fun of her hair. Me personally, it just has to be a good joke. And my last take on it, and then let's move the fuck on. I don't like, and we have to get past this as Black people, constantly taking situations like what happened at the Grammys or Oscars. Keep saying Grammys. What happened at the Oscars?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. And saying that, oh, you made us look bad. Makes all Black people look bad. Like, it's not my job or any Black people's job to make other people look at us normal. It's not our job to make other people look at us like we aren't inferior or that we are people who can hold ourselves to a standard. Like we're regular people. Bro, there's regular people like everybody else. And I get that pressure's been back in the days. But now we've tried that already. We've been in rooms and Barack Obama held himself to the highest standards you could possibly hold yourself and still got emasculated, still got made fun of, still got people calling him a coon or a sellout, still had people calling him not from this country. Like, and he held himself higher than any other Black man could hold himself in the public eye. So it's not Will Smith's job or Chris Rock's job to hold their emotions so much to where they're holding on the Black community on their shoulders. Like, they're average, regular people, man. If some shit happens and you snap, just like we've seen white actors snap.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, Mel Gibson.
He snapped so hard.
We've seen all these people snap. And, of course, they say, oh, they snapped. But they don't say, you made all white people look bad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so I just want that conversation to stop in the Black community. Like, oh, Will Smith made all Black people look bad. Like, no, nigga, I was recording a podcast. I go to work. He don't make me look bad. You know what I'm saying?
I look fly.
I look rather fly, goddammit. So, you know what I'm saying? He didn't make me look bad. I don't think he made my man Tony over here look bad. So I just want that conversation to stop. Like, that was Stephen A's big point, and a lot of other people's points I've seen. And it's like, dude, we're past trying to make ourselves look good in the eyes of massa or whoever you want to say. Like, we're going to be us. We're going to do us. We dictate cool. We dictate the culture at all points in time. So, fuck it. That was my main last point I want to get off.
That part.
Move on. What we got?
What else we got?
Coach K retired.
Coach K did retire. I don't know anything else about Duke.
I don't know much about Duke.
Grant Hill was there.
This Coach K is.
You know Coach K? He's in the hip hop.
Coach Krasinski.
I did see a TikTok about him today.
Okay. Well, Coach K has been at Duke for damn near 40 years. He's coached some of the greatest basketball players ever play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. He's coached at one of the most prestigious colleges in all of NCAA basketball. Mm-hmm. I think he's won 6 titles with Duke, and he was on his way to. He was close to winning another one on his way out. He was in the Final Four playing against
North Carolina, taking it.
Yeah, they some dogs. There's some dogs at North Carolina, which is Duke's rival. And he lost to him 3 times this year, I think, including his last home game in the Blue Devil Stadium arena, and then the last game in his career in the NCAA tournament. I saw a lot of people like cheering for it. I have nothing against Coach K, Coach Krasinski. I think he's also coached the Olympics, U.S.
He brought us back.
Yeah.
After the debacle of 2004.
Debacle, we lost. Oh, God. It wasn't debacle. Don't get me wrong. It was a big deal. Well, we got 3rd place, I think. It was like
we got 3rd, but
the United States lost in basketball.
We lost to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's kind of bad.
We lost so bad. Carlos Arroyo got an NBA deal and an and 1 contract.
He did.
And lived a healthy life.
Puerto Rican Mike Bibby.
The Puerto Rican Mike Bibby.
Yeah, he schooled the U.S. that year.
He schooled them all so bad.
But then the U.S. got Coach K. Yeah. And then Coach K's influence was able to get all these NBA players back into playing for the USA. LeBron, Kobe, D-Wade, all these top players, Durant. And then they won 2 goals with Mike?
No, we demolished the world for the next 12 years.
Yeah, that part. So yeah, just, Coach K, big moment of him retiring because all I've known is him coaching Duke my entire life.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not like a huge NCAA fan now, but just seeing him leave, it's gonna be the same. I'm gonna be sad when Gino Auriemma leaves. UConn girls.
Yeah.
Because he's been so dominant. He's close to leaving. But he's been so dominant for so long. It's like you're seeing, I'm a fan of greatness. I don't know how other people be like having their own agendas, but I'm just a fan of greatness. Like, I'm not a big Tom Brady fan, but I hope I'm nice to see him win. I know you're not. You're a Jets fan, so you've dealt with a lot with Tom Brady. Me personally, I have nothing against him. He's greatness. So if he continues to win, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm just going to be like, fucking greatness. Like, good for him. Same with LeBron. Same with anybody else who's great. So Coach K, I was kind of like low-key rooting for them to win yesterday, but they lost the last like minute of the game. Yeah. North Carolina came back, hit a fucking dagger 3, which is nice. And Coach K looked like he wanted to cry. I don't know if you saw the footage of him shaking hands. He looked like he really wanted to cry. Yeah. Because I don't think he expected to end it right there. But shout out to Coach K. Come on the podcast. Come on the podcast. What else? What else we got?
What else we got for today? Derbs, what we got on the system?
There's
the next is Grammys, I believe. The thing you've been dying to talk about.
And I can't tell you shit about what's going on at the Grammys. Be honest.
No, I know Tyler got Album of the Year. Congrats to that. I know Kanye got like 2 awards. So I believe he's on his 24th.
Okay. I expected him to win something.
So, they can't stop him, even when they try to stop him. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Strange song to win Best Rap Song.
Was it Jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to jail tonight. It's a good song, though. It's a good song. But it is a strange song to win Grammy. Is that okay?
It sounds like wishful thinking.
I just I see Marilyn Manson under like the best rap song, and I'm just like, what is happening?
Marilyn Manson, the artist, or the name of the song?
Marilyn Manson is on jail. Like he.
Oh yes. You're right.
And it's just like It doesn't fit.
You're right. I thought you were saying Miller Manson had a song that he was rapping that's nominated.
No.
So where the fuck have I been?
Tuh.
Well, did anybody that you're hoping will win or take home a Grammy?
No, my artists never get nominated.
Or who your artist?
Like I was banging Larry June last year.
Okay. Okay.
Orange Print.
Okay.
Like,
It'd be nice to see him get a little nod up there.
He too real for that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are too real for the Grammys.
Too real for the Grammys.
That's why Nip getting close to that, man, it was just
that was big.
That was huge.
That was big. Hey, what's going on in the gaming world, Derbs? Over with GTA, they did something like they trying to be like Netflix all of a sudden.
They're ruining their brand.
So they have like it's a new monthly subscription for GTA Online.
Oh,
it's only going to be released on console though. So if you have a PC, sucks for you.
And only on the new gen too, because I have PS4 and there's no monthly.
Okay.
At least as of right now, it's only for next gen consoles.
What do you get with it?
It's bullshit. That's why I think it's bullshit. Like as of right now, it's still very new. Yeah. I think in the future, it's gonna be bullshit for people like me who don't have the subscription. Yeah. Because every week GTA puts up weekly updates. They update so if you're playing, like I'm an avid GTA player, so every week they do a weekly update. So like this week, crates are on sale and certain businesses are on sale, certain cars are discounted. So and that rotates every week. Yeah. I feel like with this subscription, I think eventually they're gonna put the weekly updates on the subscription. If you want discounts on cars, if you want
access to certain levels,
exactly, then you're gonna have to have this subscription, or you gotta wait.
So for stuff like that, it would pretty much destroy the game if they were to do that.
Yes.
So I don't think they will do that.
But have you seen how Rockstar's been moving? It's not out of the realm of possibility the way they're moving.
It'll probably be mostly like cosmetic stuff.
Okay.
Is what I would
like
anticipate.
Skins and what?
Yeah.
Or like if a new car comes in the game, you get first access to the new vehicle, the new yacht or something like that.
I just don't see how it's gonna like
because it's different
go well for them if they're only releasing it on the new gen consoles.
Which what can you get a PS5? I think Sony even said that they're going away more so from brick and mortar. So
yeah.
So
but you gotta order the shit online.
You're gonna have to, but ordering online is like it's so crazy because of bots.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you have access to a bot, can you please tap in with us? Because I like sneakers, I like PlayStation 5s, I like exclusive stuff that only bots can get.
So what do you mean bots mean you schedule the bot to like reserve a spot for you, or to
I have a reseller friend that I could hit up.
There we go. Okay, I know somebody out there because I need to get in that game. So essentially it's a program that is different tiers to the program as anything else, but it's essentially a program that you could put in some type of code to have it set to constantly fit into like into the system algorithm to make sure you buy up everything. So your charger is always coming first. It's cook your system. It's what's going on in the sneakers app. It's why we're all taking L's. And then you see assholes on Instagram or TikTok post 100 pairs of the same shoe.
Yeah.
Because they got like the Supreme bots, supercomputers. Because like I've heard of
they have to pay for those bots.
You do, but if you understand the shoe game and the resale value,
you make your money back.
I'll pay the fuck out of a bot creator right now if he could give me like three Travis Scotts. Yeah. If he could give me some Yeezys when they drop, so I could cook them to about 2,000-3,000.
Yeah,
that's why the shoe game all fucked up.
So you're saying if you're saying same thing for the PlayStation, same thing. If you can get a bot when it drops, you can.
If Walmart say we're only gonna drop 100. Depending on your type of supercomputer and the type of bot program you're using and how good your guy is, you can get all 100. And then go on TikTok and line them up.
Yeah.
And then you go on eBay and they like two. Last I saw PlayStations, they were like two racks.
It's become a lot more difficult for like people that use bots now because a lot of electronic companies are doing like a limited purchase. Like you can only purchase this much unless you have like a license to sell the said product.
But dude, you got multiple The shoe game crazy. shoe game crazy.
I believe you.
This is why we take
in.
L's. This is why we take L's.
Yeah.
So if you understand that only certain distributors, because really it's supposed to go by distributors. Like there's only certain people that are going to get certain shoes, certain stores for certain amount. But if you already in the game, you could cook the back door. You know what I mean? You could be like, yo. All right, so another flip I used to have was when Obey was top notch. That food, Shepherd Fairley or whatever. He used to release these limited time magazines. There was this one guy. He'll pay 10 of us to go into this one spot. And if we could get one of those magazines, you get $100. Now you apply that to people and authorized sellers and people who have bought.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and pay you a rack here. I'm gonna pay you a rack here. I'm gonna pay you a rack here. Go in there, get the shoes, bring the shoes back.
Yeah.
And that's the brick and mortar shoe game. And I know I already knew that on that basic level.
Yeah.
So I know that's how they're applying it to the bot game. Even if it is limited release, even if it is limited shoe sellers.
Yeah.
Because no matter what industry, you can't beat politics. And that's why that's why I make fun of me taking L's, because I know why I'm taking an L.
It's fucking bot.
Fucking bot got me. Or someone at Nike is already cooking the books like old boy, and he ain't the only one. I can't wait. Netflix. I need the documentary. Investigate Nike and sneakers app. Release it. It's bigger than Tiger King. The sneaker community needs it. I swear.
It's a lot of people mad. They're gonna be a lot.
Don't give this white boy any more publicity, bro. Come on.
I'm not trying to give him. No. Don't do it. Don't do it on the white boy. Do it on on Nike and the sneakers app and the wholesale.
Specifically market. Jordan. That should be a whole episode within itself. If you could do a 3-part documentary.
Come on.
The buying and reselling of Jordans and how that has influenced the whole sneaker game in itself.
Bruh, you know how the game's so cooked? There was a guy 4 months ago who posted a concept shoe of a Kobe shoe that has never even been released. And that before Nike and Vanessa Bryant made their deal, there was already a concept shoe.
So somebody already leaked it.
Already had it, purchased it, and posted it. So how do you do that? It's in Nike.
Yeah.
Netflix, Hulu.
That specific situation was like somebody who worked at Nike got their hands on it.
That's what I'm saying.
But they work there and they leak it because they know how big of a deal that is. That's the crazy part.
A lot of the back end.
But what can Nike do about that at that point? They just sue the person that's done it. There's no way to like stop people from doing it in the future.
You know what I need a full on investigation. That's what I'll call it.
Well, let's bring the factories back to America, and then you can keep a better eye on the production of the shoes, and it'd be a lot less transaction and get lost. I feel like
but then you're just gonna end up paying
the
resale price.
Hey, you see what's on my feet? I ain't buying Jordans. I don't care. but he got the Jordan.
Mistakes.
Y'all got to pay high, but which they will. But going back to the video games, I'm kind of disappointed in Rockstar that the GTA 5 was supposed to be on PS5 last year, and they delayed it, and then when it finally came out, they came out with the subscription service, and it's alienating. Like, you have players all over the place. You got PC players, PS4 players, PS5 players. You have handheld. Like, your game is all over the place, and it's not consistent on all platforms, for one. And two, they just don't listen to the community at all. You know what I mean? Like, they don't listen to the GTA community at all. And it's been like that for years, and it's not getting any better. So,
I mean, like, a lot of like the differences between games is just like a limitation of like the hardware. So like PC players, like, they get the best games because they have PCs that can run those games. That's kind of like where the continuity issues come into play. But as for like the subscription, like, do you have to buy the game to play with the subscription?
As of right now, GTA Online, because they already separated the game from the online version. So you can, right now, the online version is free.
Okay.
For limited time, especially for next gen. You can download it, but they're promoting the subscription service. or you can buy the entire game, which comes with the storyline, Trevor, Franklin, the whole storyline, and that's at regular cost, whatever it is.
And you still can play GTA.
And you can still play GTA Online. So you're just basically buying the story mode right now, or unless you can download, or you just download online for free. And I think it's free for like 3 months. Because I had it for Xbox. It was like free for 3 months on Xbox One, and then they took it from me and said purchase it for $19.99. So they're trying to promote people to download it for free, and then turn around and saying, hey, pay for the subscription, or hey, pay for the game. And they're just not adding a lot for people who are returning players. Like I'm not getting a lot. Like when I played today, it's like I'm playing to kill people. Outside of that, I'm not coming to the game to do anything new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when they update the missions, you don't ever go back and be like,
I did the mission in like 2 days. And then it's like, okay, I'm not doing this again. Like the Dr. Dre contract, the new one that dropped, I did it twice. I did it by myself for one. And the second time I played with a homie, kind of like helped him walk through it or whatever, played it. I haven't. First of all, I'm sitting on like $20 million with my GTA character, so I don't even need to. I don't even need to be making money out here. To be honest with you. So maybe that's why when I log in, I'm just like reload the guns, hop in a car, start shooting people. But there's people on the game that have like $200 million. They have the only incentive to play now is to troll people, and that's another issue that GTA and Rockstar is dealing with. So
I feel like if you're gonna troll people, just go get on Call of Duty.
Yeah, but there's limitations with Call of Duty. Like, I control you.
Can kill everybody.
Yeah, but you can't drive a van.
You have to be good at the game.
Yeah, exactly.
In
GTA, you don't got to be good.
Oh yeah,
you don't have to be good. You just hop in a car.
Wait, people suck at Call of Duty or what?
I mean, there's some people that suck at Call of Duty.
I shouldn't say I suck.
What suck at?
There's like the thing with like the skill base of games is like a lot of games have skill based matchmaking, so you don't know if you suck or not.
That part. Somebody did a turnaround no.
So you really just got to play a game.
And that's when I dropped. That's the last time I played Call of Duty.
Have skill based matchmaking.
Me and my son be running niggas.
but y'all plenty of you got the Nerf collection, so you practice off the controls. You're practicing gun. Then you play Apex. So it's all like synced. You know what I mean? Like you got the trigger finger. You got the trigger finger.
Yeah, me and my son, I was like, come on. Hey, you'll get like last kill, so I'm like, good job.
I taught you well, son. I taught you well.
Yes.
Do you think gaming will be an Olympic sport?
At some point, yes.
I mean, BMX made it.
If the Olympics are smart, they'll try to adapt gaming to Olympics.
I personally hope they don't.
I know a lot of people who are gaming, who are real hardcore gamers, don't want that to happen.
But esports is big money, though.
It's big money if it's not for the Olympics.
That part. You won't make no money off the Olympics. No, I don't think Michael Fulk is paid through endorsements, not because the Olympics paid him.
I could see like people like being super down to like be an esports gamer in the Olympics. But I would see it as like people that are trying to like make a name for themselves. Is like those are the type of people that would like participate.
People aren't
like because with the internet, like if you're good at video games and like you have a platform, like you don't really need to like join the Olympic team.
Yeah, the Olympic platform might not be as big as like a PewDiePie platform or whatever. I don't even know if he's good at video games or not, but
he doesn't really make a whole. I mean, he makes gaming content, but he makes a lot of like real life content now.
But he started off doing gaming, right? Was he good, or was he just one of the first people to do it?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know.
I'd say PewDiePie is above average at video games.
Okay,
and he was just entertaining,
like literally like master marketer.
Yeah, like, average video gamer, master marketer.
Yeah.
Okay.
When knowledge beats talent.
That part. I think it'll be Olympic sport at some point. Like it's gonna be but it's gonna be a while though. I think it's take a while because you're gonna have to get licenses from the games and what game are you gonna play.
That part.
I mean, like they already have college esports teams.
That's what I'm saying, and like I think ESPN covered esport league. Like once or twice. I think it was like for Street Fighter. It was a promotional event, but they still covered it.
I mean, like the tournaments that I watch for like Valorant and other games, like they'll have like 400,000 viewers at a time. Like it's a decent like viewer base, I guess.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I could see it possibly becoming an Olympic sport, but it's going to take like 10, 15 years. I think. I just feel like most people are like, oh, this is not a sport.
Yeah. No, of
But
course,
in
because most
reality,
older
It kind of
people.
is. Well, yeah. Most
In
people.
reality, it takes a lot more coordination than people realize to like play at that level.
Yeah, and you always gotta be able to read the whole entire screen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
and it's
if you look-
competitive. If you're competing, I think it's all right to put that under the guise of sports because you're competing. That's why people like cheerleading. People don't
Chess
say it's
is
a
a
sport,
sport.
but there's cheerleading competitions. So
yeah,
we call cheerleading the sport because there's competition.
they have
involved.
like a world competition.
Exactly. If there was
That
no
part.
competition, if it was just you're out there cheering on the players, then I can see why people wouldn't say it's a sport. But cheerleading, there's competitions. Same with
And
video
they
games.
throwing bodies in there.
Oh yes,
Sideline cheer and comp cheer are very different things.
it's
though.
very different.
True.
I watch Bring It On. Trust me, very different. Very different. It's cold in here. It must be some toros in the atmosphere. I said, Oreo. Ice, ice, ice.
Yo,
After
after which Bring It On movie were you guys like, all right, this is enough?
I only watched the first one.
There's like 8.
I know.
I've seen 2, first and second one. After the second one, I was like, all right, I'm good off the third one.
That's like after all those dance movies they kept making after Channing Tatum was in.
Yeah, it's like Step Up 7.
yeah.
Like, can we stop stepping up? Step down.
Yeah, like that part. All the way down. They still trying to save a community to burn the bitch.
Now, You Got Served. I would take a You Got Served sequel. At the time, not now. It's 15 years later. I don't expect Marcus Houston to have the same steps that he did 15 years ago.
Look, if you do this move, we'll take you to go back.
But I would have been here for a You Got Served sequel 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
The theaters was popping when You Got Served came out. So 12 years ago, yeah, I was down for that.
They
as
were
well.
fire, man. Let's get into a few more topics before we get out of here. Let's talk about racism.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love this topic.
More specifically, and I'll start with the story I have about the NFL.
Okay.
Segue into the other story we got. So the NFL has made it a law. They put it in writing that every team by the start of the 2022 season has to hire a minority and or a woman assistant coach on the offensive. I don't know why they specifically said offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they specifically said offensive. Maybe there's a little sexism with that when it comes to the defense. Like they don't believe that women are aggressive. I don't know. Anyways, every NFL team has to hire a minority or a female or a woman coach by the start of the 22 season. Me personally, I think forced anytime you have to force people to hire people of color or just force people to hire certain demographics of people, to me it shows a huge underlining issue with a said company or league that I hope they address. Because just saying I'm going to force the Bengals and the Cowboys to hire a black or minority or a black or a woman to be a coach is not addressing that main issue, which is that a lot of these owners have a lot of racist and bigoted views, and a lot of these teams are owned by families that are rooted in racism and misogyny and stuff like that. And I think you need to address that kind of stuff. Just because, I personally wouldn't want to be hired for that, and then I have to go everybody knows you're the token hire.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like especially if you're a woman coach. If you're a black coach, there's a couple black coaches, a lot of assistant black coaches in the league. I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a good amount. So if I get hired as a black assistant coach, maybe I won't be looked at as much as if you hire a woman coach on the offensive side of the ball. Everybody knows why you're there. And it's very disingenuous to do that. Now, I think the Rooney Rule is disingenuous, which the Rooney Rule has been in effect for a while now in the NFL. Like I think since the mid-90s. The Rooney Rule is anytime you have a head coaching vacancy, it may be expanded to all jobs, but I know head coach for sure. If you have a vacancy, you have to interview a black coach. Now, I don't know if you saw that Brian Flores situation that's been going on. Brian Flores was a coach for the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, yes. yeah.
And then he thought he was getting hired for a job. Bill Belichick texted him saying, congratulations. Yeah. It turned out he didn't get the job. But he texted him that before he did the interview.
Yeah.
Which let Brian Flores know. So they already picked somebody else.
Yeah.
But I'm going for this interview just to fill the quota, just to fill the Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
So that already shows you that these teams get around the Rooney Rule all day.
Yeah.
Like, they already have people they have in mind, but I have to go interview Brian Flores, a black coach, because I have a Rooney Rule I have to fulfill.
Yeah.
Now, do I think there's positives from it? There's some positives from the Rooney Rule. Like, you at least get a chance to expose yourself as a coach to the owners and stuff like that. But in a sense, it's still disingenuous. Like, just hire the best candidate possible. You know what I mean? Like, it's about hiring the best person possible.
How long has the NFL been around?
Since
racism.
No, right? No, for real. Because
so forever. Forever and a day.
No, but that's why you gotta force it though. Because if they've been around, let's say 70 years, they've been around for 70 years. They have 70 years of not picking anyone.
Yeah.
Man, woman, black, white, Hispanic. Well, no, not white. But you know, so that's I get why like affirmative essentially is affirmative.
It's affirmative action.
Yeah. Affirmative action has to take place because given obviously proven given up to their own leisure, they're not gonna do it.
But I agree with that. Maybe I'm more saying that specifically saying hiring a black or a minority or a woman on the offensive side of the ball is just too specific for me. Like, how about you get somebody, a minority, which is the word they use, in a front office position? That person can evoke more change within the company or the team than an offensive coach, like an offensive lineman coach. Like, if you want to force it at the highest level. Say, hey, you guys have to hire a black GM, or you guys have to hire a black marketer, somebody who's in the marketing department of the NFL, somebody who controls more aspects of the team outside of just an offensive receiver coach.
But it'll change
the
locker room narrative. It'll change the locker room narrative. It'll change because you know you gotta change from within. And that's from changing from deep within. And like I'm pretty sure there are women in executive positions in the NFL and the NBA, but getting them in coaching positions symbolically means a lot more because then it's kind of like, all right, say if like you know, the offensive line of the Rams starts doing dope, and it's because you know, oh, they was helped by this woman coach or whatnot. That's like that's more power to her in the effort because one, it's changed the aspect that hey, a woman can lead men in a domineering physical, you know, environment. So especially and I see in offensive terms because then it's putting more responsibility on that woman coach to like, you know, at the end of the day, offense wins championships.
So defense. Defense wins championships.
Yeah, you got that mixed up.
Defense wins championships. I know your Jets had a good defense, and you thought y'all were gonna get it that year.
I see. But the reason why Tom Brady do enough to defenses.
But the reason why Brady didn't win the year he was when he didn't lose with Randy Moss, Giants defense. The reason why, let's take the Super Bowl last year, which was the Bengals and the Rams. Reason why Joe Burrow couldn't get off that last last throw, Aaron Donald in that defense.
That's true.
Offense gets you to the championship, but the defense wins the champ. And, you know, that's what they say in football. Every coach will say defense wins championships.
That's true. I believe in running game.
I believe in points.
What Paul Westphal on their ass. I'll outscore. I choose to outscore.
Well, what else was going on that was kind of similar to?
Oh, so similar to that, yeah. In injunction to that, California recently overturned one of their rules, stating that companies don't have to hire a person of minority or a woman or LGBTQIA+ member because it's unconstitutional.
They don't have to hire.
They don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting how the Rams or like teams that are in the California,
especially after NFL just was like, yo, to be part of this.
Yeah, you have to hire a woman or a minority, and then the California saying
it was like, no, I don't.
You don't have to. Interesting. So that passed.
I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
Why would a minority want to work for one of these companies that don't want to hire them? That's like my question.
I understand that question, and I feel like you feel, or I feel like, why would I want to work for this company? But also, like, I love football, right? So say, like, I'm a huge football fan, and I want to be a coach at the highest level. It's only one of those, which is the NFL, right? It's only one professional league, which is the NFL. So if I have a dream of being a sports trainer or a coach, I want to work for them. So you would hope that they try to change their laws and their rules to kind of help hire more people of color or women, because I want to work there. But also, there's, I agree with that because I have ego. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't work at a Denny's if I knew, like, I'm the only black hire. Fuck this place. Like, it's Denny's. You know what I mean? There's plenty of these other places around here that I can get comparable pay, and I can work and be doing the same job at Chili's or whatever the case may be. But there's only a handful of jobs at the NFL. Only a handful of jobs in the NBA. So for that, I agree with him when he's talking about, they have to kind of force their hand to do it. And I would probably feel some type of way, but I'll also be excited to get the opportunity to work there. But if it was McDonald's or something, no, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Me personally.
And yeah, man, if I wasn't supposed to work at any, like, do you realize I wouldn't be able to do anything? That part. Like, why do minorities? Because nigga, chance.
Yeah.
It's just that's supposed to be the thing, right? We're supposed to all be able to have a chance. And
I just wonder what California, out of all states, because California is seen as very progressive, it's a blue state. I would wonder why that passed through and became something that California like enacted. Like, that sounds like it goes against.
Oh, because they so blue, they bit themselves in the ass.
Okay.
For real. Because they don't want to, because like,
there's already laws in place like preventing discrimination. So I don't know how, like,
and that's why you're forcing them. So now it's like they thought they was gonna make a real liberal move, like everyone's got to have one, but then it was like, oh wait, that's infringing on people's rights right there. That's not what we're about. Overturn.
I don't see how it infringes on people's rights, but
if I'm a business, I wouldn't want to be forced to hire anybody I don't want to.
You're not forced to hire anybody. Like, you still get to choose who you hire. They just have to be of a certain ethnicity or
yeah, but
social background. Like,
doesn't that just sound racist in itself? Like,
I mean, I guess
like my business is running, but I need one more white boy on here to make sure it's kosher.
I mean, but would you rather have like that or like the option to just like see somebody and be like, all right, no, I don't want to hire you? Because like even with anti-discrimination law, like people can still like choose to not hire someone. They don't have to give you like the reason that they particularly didn't want to hire you. They could give you some bullshit.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why it's all weird, man. Like, it's weird, like, staying on California and changing rules and laws. California,
how do you enforce equality?
You can't.
That's exactly. Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Even if it's a law,
like, you're forcing equality.
Yeah.
So let's look at the base problem why you have to.
You'd have to like eliminate half of the population of the world.
Okay, nihilist.
What you talking about over there?
I'm a fan of.
So he's talking about the greater good.
Yeah, right. He's ready to
beware of the greater good.
So there's I think it was the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act.
Oh yeah.
The decriminalization of marijuana on a federal level, is close to being passed. It would clear.
Gonna pass.
I don't think it is gonna. I don't think it's gonna pass either.
No, it did pass. No,
it passed the House. It's not
Yeah.
gonna pass the Senate.
Yeah, and it passed. I think
it-
240 to 202, or
Yeah.
my numbers can be off, but it wasn't like a clean sweep.
Yeah.
So they said this law will clear marijuana-related convictions from people's records and formally remove it from the federal list of controlled substances. I think it's a step. It's not gonna. I think this year is not. This year, next year, it's not going to pass. But I think in the next 5-10 years, it could pass. With the more states making weed legal, and the more these states are making money from marijuana sales and distribution, that at some point it's going to be federally legal all across the board. And hopefully when that happens, they usher all these people out of jail. You know what I mean?
Right.
And give them a stipend or something, and or even jobs within the cannabis industry.
They're never letting those people out.
No.
Yeah.
Not the big offenders. Not the big offenders. Maybe
even the small offenders. There's still like 134,000 people in California locked up. All small offenses of marijuana.
I mean, I met a lot of people in jail that like were like happy to be in jail. So
yeah, that's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story. We're not going to promote that narrative. That's institutionalism. That's not okay. You met victims. You met a lot of victims that were robbed of life, and they don't remember it. That's what you met over there.
And now they're getting their square. They're getting their 2 square meals a day,
and they think that's life.
Yeah, they got a bed to sleep on. They like it because the reality outside is probably worse, for some people. But
I totally agree.
They believe that in their mind. Man, I had my county stay, bro. I learned my lesson. That's not life.
I'm talking to 2 fellas over here.
No, we didn't go upstate. We didn't go.
Hey, Tony, would you have talked to Durbs if y'all ran each other?
We couldn't have, and he knows that.
What?
What? Would y'all communicated in the county if y'all saw each other?
It wasn't like the jail that I was in. Like, it wasn't like white people were like hanging out and black people were hanging out.
You in Canada?
It's just like, no, Michigan. I mean, it's close to
okay.
Canada. Very close to Canada.
Just saying.
Very close.
Because everywhere else in America is
I don't know.
pretty
Like,
divided.
everyone was like chill with each other.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of Canadians.
I was in like
there.
the well-behaved area, so
Okay.
everyone was pretty chilling, doing their thing.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'd be understanding that show. What was it when they go inside the jail and
Scared Straight?
Not Scared Straight. The other one where it's like they go there for 30 or 60 days in.
Okay.
And they go there for 60 days. Like when I first watched that, I was like, yeah, well, how the fuck would anybody do that? But then it's the romanticism, not the romanticism, but it's the like I just want to experience it.
No.
I got a tattoo.
I'm sure every jail is different.
No.
But I always come, my rational side always says, "What are you talking about?" But parts of me be like, I want to just see, like, but nah, I'm good.
Trust,
It's
bro.
very boring.
Yeah,
that part. It's boring.
To me, it wasn't like it was like uncomfortable.
Mm.
Like you're sleeping on a fucking cement floor for like 5 days before you even get a cell. But
oh yeah, you're in the loop. Yeah.
Oh, the loop.
Yeah, the processing system.
yeah,
man.
it's like the
shit.
intake area.
Yeah.
You're literally just like 40 people into this like 10 by 10 room.
Oh,
Yeah.
anxiety on
And
an
you're all
all-time
just
high.
like, you get a blanket and you just lay on a cement floor.
Oh, you got a blanket. That's dope. I had a shoe. It's fuck Michigan, nigga. That shit sound easy.
Did you guys have books? Like, did they give you books to read?
Like, no, I was only there for 4 days, but my 4 days was enough, bro.
My 4 days felt like 40. Yeah,
No, it was enough because because of the shit I did, they sent me straight to Jib Pop. So
Oh, shit,
my loop
okay.
didn't take too long.
Uh-huh.
And so I got the real deal real quick. And then and then my shit was segregated. That's why I was like, I can't talk to you because I almost got fucked up trying to give a nigga a sandwich. And then this black nigga had to stop me.
See, I'd get my ass beaten if I went to jail out here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You went to give somebody a
I just
sandwich.
Yeah,
Watching
because I wasn't
everybody.
gonna eat the bullshit they was like that food was all right. So whatever that meat is,
it ain't meat.
Whatever that gray patty is, don't eat that shit. Don't eat it.
Okay.
I knew not to eat it, but this other nigga wanted it, and it was this Mexican cat, and the motherfucker, he stopped my hand. He was like, "We don't do that here."
Ooh.
Like, and then like I saw a nigga get fucked up real quick. I saw a lot of shit real quick on my first night, but my second night I was like, all right, nigga. I'm gonna get out of here, right? I'm gonna get out of here. Third night, I was like, oh shit. I'm in jail.
Oh shit.
After my fourth night, nigga, I gave up hope. I was ready to go crazy. Motherfuckers that got me out. And my ex-wife, she paid the shit.
So this was just like, it wasn't like a sentence jail. It was just like your
Like,
couple days in jail waiting for bail.
Like, nah, I was gonna get transferred. Like, I decided, like, cause I had the option to pay for my shit or do my time. I was like, fuck it.
And then you
what was the
decided
time?
to pay for your shit.
What was the time?
I think I had like 10 more days.
Nah, I would have paid too.
Yeah.
I would have paid too.
I was like, baby, get that 5 racks.
$5,000?
Like, get me out, bro.
Yeah.
15 days, like, you could save so much money.
I should have, but no.
But that's
it was time to get out, bro.
Nah,
it wasn't.
That's like walking on the tightrope and just like
I ain't gonna lie,
at any point in time,
yeah,
this could be catastrophic.
A cat almost slapped me, like
oh, you almost got Will Smith,
bro. Like, cause he was raining around the corner and he had this shit. Like, it was so much shit going on in there, dog. I didn't want no smoke.
Yeah, see, I would have been the same way.
I ain't that tough. I'll tell the truth. I didn't want no smoke.
Tony just want a loose cigarette. He's like, give me a loose cigarette and a space.
Nigga, I was like, oh. Like, oh.
Yeah, no, I don't, yeah, you know, that's why when I hear stories like that, all my little romanticisms is like out the window.
Nigga, when you got stripped butt naked in front of all them cats, it's not the business.
Low key, that is my scariest. Every time I watch 60 Days In or any type of those jail things, it's not the really sitting in the cell. It's the stripping down the coffin part. I'm like scared.
Clothes. Like there was a part in my head because like, man, everybody's schlong was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was my turn. I was like, nigga, you gonna cover your dick or not? Like, because I didn't want to be the cat because there was this one cat, God bless his soul, he was crying the whole time. Like, I don't know what he was there for, but he didn't say a word, but he was crying the whole time. But he was there crying holding his penis. I was like, I don't think I want to look like that. I think I will go chest out.
Whoo, that's scary.
That's just
especially if you're a grower, not a shower.
Right.
Because then you gotta like really like you might have that thought in your head like, do I do the grow thing so at least I'm looking like I'm well endowed? That's not even crossing your mind when you're in there. Yeah, I'm sure.
Like my shit was like, man, fuck all that. I don't want
he started going back. He's like, let's not do that.
We out here living. Out here living.
So the last thing I want to get into real quick. So you know who Shay Johnson is?
Oh yeah, the kid that died, right?
Yeah. So Tyree Sampson. I'm saying it right. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. Tyree Sampson. Yeah. He was a kid who unfortunately died at the theme park the other day, falling from the ride. 14-year-old kid fell from the ride. I can't remember the name of the ride, to be honest with you, but he fell from the ride and died. And it's been it's been all over the news the past week. Mm-hmm. It started really inflicting some PTSD with me because I don't do roller coasters and rides and shit. And I remember specifically seeing not necessarily that, but some shit like that. And it really scared me from rides. I don't do rides, to be honest. I've slowly done a couple, but I don't do that. But anyways, so and we've had conversations about death and the type of shit that death brings out. Right? Yeah. So this chick, Shay Johnson, after Tyree Sampson died, Shay Johnson decided to impersonate being a family member of Tyree Sampson. So she held a candlelight visual as his cousin. She took donations as his cousin. She was talking to the media and the news as his cousin. pretty much, they put the mic in her face, and she was putting on an act. It took a while for people to like the family started coming out saying, "Do you know this person? Do you know this person?" But she was crying. She was shedding tears.
Yeah.
She was she was acting. She was doing a really good acting job. But it comes to find out that she's not related to this guy at all. Like no family ties whatsoever. And so she's working at a strip club at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Strip club is called, I'll get the name of that strip club in a minute. But she was working for the strip club, and they just recently fired her for this situation, for impersonating being the cousin of, the now late Tyree Sampson.
Frauding over here.
Frauding. But also, she's completely in the wrong. But the club seems to be clout is one hell of a drug, bro. And I think that clout should be something that's like diagnosed. Like clout chaser should be a diagnosis that some people get. Like an extreme clout chaser. Because this is what that is. Like, you see a terrible situation.
Grave robbing.
It's called narcissism.
Narcissism at its highest form, right? But you're using that narcissism to get clout. To try to achieve clout in a situation, right? But I also think the club is kind of doing the same thing because they're holding a bye-bye bash for Shay. They have a whole event. There's a flyer.
What?
Celebrating the firing of this woman. They're actually holding an event and putting out flyers and stuff. Come celebrate us firing to Shay Johnson.
That's my problem with this overall world. People fake do the right thing.
All the time. And it shows when these people who fake it, they least expect it. Like, I don't think they thought, let's do an event, was going to show how disgusting that company is, that business is, but also the chick Shay, I don't know how she didn't compute it, but I don't think she thought that she would be found out, or if she did, it wouldn't be some type of national situation, which it is, even though the kid dying was a national problem, national story. But I just brought that up because it's just it just hammers the point home that I talked about the last previous pods. Like, get yourself together, get your orders together. So whenever the unfortunate event happens when you pass, that your family is protected, that nobody is coming in, crawling in, trying to take advantage of that situation.
That part.
Because again, I talked about it on the previous pod, but this is a highlights. Submits it that there's crazy people out there who will literally take advantage of death and use it as a way to build clout for themselves, use it as a way to infiltrate and steal or take what they believe is rightfully theirs. And they don't even know this chick. And I know us as black people be like, that's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this for years. Like, that's my cousin, when it really ain't your cousin. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe she got confused. That's just a bail, I'm gonna throw her. But it really seems like she's just very narcissistic and very much unstable. And so if y'all see Shay Johnson in the streets, y'all, this is Florida, by the way, too. So this is just adds to the narrative that Florida breeds crazy people.
That's hella opportunistic.
It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. So rest in peace to Tyree Sampson, and my condolences go out to the family, because not only do you have to deal with losing your son and your family member in such a tragic fashion for the world to know, but then you got some crazy ass fucking chick coming out there impersonating to be your cousin and taking money and donations and attention away from.
That's probably how all those parents feel about Black Lives Matter.
That was probably like the least of their concerns, to be honest. Like, I saw a lot of like stuff about like there were like people posting the actual video of
that's terrible too. I couldn't watch it. I haven't watched it.
Whack.
His mom made a Facebook post asking people to stop sharing the video because she doesn't want to see it over and over again.
I
haven't watched it. I've seen it, like you scroll and you see the beginning of it, and I just scroll past it because I don't want to see a 14-year-old kid
scream to death.
Yeah, and then like nah, I'm cool. I'm not trying to watch that at all. I even saw somebody. This is how fucked up the internet is. On Twitter, I'm scrolling, and because I had not seen the video, but I clicked on, the scene. You know the scene where Hillary's in her mourning. She's like in her black outfit.
Oh, from Trevor.
That's you could put it together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You could put it together.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you don't have to explain
Hillary
it.
Banks. Will you'll watch Fresh Prince one day, that episode, you'll catch it. And then you'll be like, oh, Brandon was talking about this part. But I've seen people put that scene with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like, yo, the internet has no chill whatsoever.
I hope if anything happens to me, it doesn't happen on camera. But I don't know how to prove it. Happen in photos. I hope anything that happens to me happens in a photo, and you just put it together and you just make a flip book. And you're like, oh, something bad happened here.
Oh shit, Tony went out crazy.
But don't have the audio, you know, because like don't let me go out like that. Please, no, please.
That's all I had. You got anything else? Reparations? You here for it?
Oh, Black reparations? Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna judge by that, because you're supposed to be able to prove that you came from direct lineage of slavery, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing about slavery is they mixed us up a bunch.
That part.
And it did for like 200 years.
I'm pretty sure a lot of slaves changed their names.
Because they robbed us of our names.
Yes.
They renamed us many times. And then we had to rename ourselves after they ripped us of our slave names.
And they specifically said the 19th century, like your family had to be here during the 19th century, not the 20th century. So,
I could actually prove it though.
I'm sure if I did some, one of those.
No, I have the physical proof. I just remember I was supposed to bring it with me. I can actually prove I came directly from slaves.
Get this money.
And I want my money.
I
want my money. I'm going to bring it next week.
Yeah, bring this money. Yeah, go bring it next week and show the proof that reparations you're deserving of reparations.
And that my grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Everything.
I feel like somewhere down the line, I deserve it, but I'm not gonna seek it. It's gonna be like $120. That's what I feel like. Everybody's gonna get a check.
It's gonna be
in the mail. It's gonna be $120, and let's just be real. How everything works in America, we will end up paying for that at some point. So I'm paying for my own reparations.
So this is like the 1800s, is what they're saying. Up until 1900.
You gotta,
You gotta prove that your family was actually
65?
enslaved.
Before 1865, you gotta prove.
Yeah.
But,
so before the United States.
Yeah. you see how that's kind of bogus?
It's gonna be like it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
How do you prove that?
Well, if you have
unless you have like
family photo book.
Unless you have something like that. Like, how do you prove?
You gotta have family photo books and like diaries and shit that's written to be, because you can't trust giving your DNA to. Like, what's the places that be doing your
Ancestry.com?
Yeah, I can see a bunch of black people gonna be like sending their DNA to Ancestry.com trying to prove it, and I just don't think that's gonna be the way to do it.
They're gonna get a letter in the mail.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you thought you was black, but you really Puerto Rican.
Here's the thing: it's only 2.4 million black people in California, and most of them niggas is locked up, so they don't really gotta pay out much. Just give us the money. Don't let us prove shit. We black, nigga. It's hard out here. Reparations.
That shit gonna hit like a stimmy. I'm gonna be like, what is this from?
Right.
$300.
It got hit harder than a stimmy. Some of those people weren't suffering enough for me.
100%.
Some people having a good time.
Well, that's all I had, man.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead, wrap it up, my G. And, tell the people where they can find you at real quick.
Find me on all social media platforms, EARLPHEUS. EARLPHEUS. On all social media platforms. Yeah, man. Oh, I had a viral video that got taken down. I went a little viral this past week. It was kind of tight.
Okay.
I had like 780,000 views before it got taken down. Instagram's a hoe, bro.
Why did it get taken down?
Which one got taken down?
One where the dude was fighting. Remember when the dude in the gym was the dude was standing up for the dude checked the dude for saying nigga. And I did commentary about it, right? Because they're in the gym and it was a non-black dude telling another non-black dude not to say nigga, and they fought or whatever. I did commentary on it, but yeah, she was like 782,000 views, and then Instagram said taken down because I I went against their guidelines or some shit. So I hit contest or like protested it or whatever. Then they hit me back immediately saying, we checked it. Nah, nigga, this goes against our guideline. And I guess it was because the fighting, even though I know for a fact, I've seen way worse fights on Instagram from hood fights, hood clips, World Star, even the Shade Room. The baby fight was all over the place. And I would say the baby throwing the nigga down in the bowling alley was kind of worse than what I posted. But
he Superman punched him.
You know, it missed me hating because I was trying to go viral. But it was tight. I had a lot of people. It was pretty dope. So the reels were on to something.
That part.
But yeah, man. How about you?
Just be sure to catch out Alt Black Pod, ALTBLK Pod on IG. You could subscribe over on YouTube, boop, boop, boop. Or you can listen to it on the way to work over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, as well as check me out, Tony Asar, ASAR. Got a lot of other projects and stuff, but be sure to check me out over there. Well, without further ado,
stay tuned, stay glued.
Smoke a Dutch and read a book. Boomy.